All right, so this is a child support order. Ms. Brown has filed against Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris, you're under a child support order to pay $1,159 per month in basic child support. But no support in that amount has been paid for the past. You have paid some minimal amounts in 148, 123, 198 over the past 3 months, but you're not paying what you were supposed to pay. So evidently at one point you made a lot of money, and it appears you're not making as much money right now. So let me hear what's going on with you. I'll ask you to unmute because I did mute you first. And if you could raise your right hand. Mr. Harris, do you swear all the testimony you're about to give the court is the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what's going on? You were paying $11.59. You were ordered to pay $11.59. You have $23,000 past due. Mom is receiving payments. It looks like you're paying about $200 or $150 a month. Of course, that's nowhere within the compliance for the child support order. So when the order was issued, you must have had an excellent job. So what's going on here?
So about 2 years ago, at the height of the pandemic, I lost my job, and I submitted a separation notice to the child support in Cobb County in an effort to have the amount remodified to reflect, I wasn't no longer making that kind of money.
Yeah, that's good money you were making.
Yeah, I was. So and they used to garnish my check every week, every 2 weeks or whatnot. So they were getting the money then. But once I lost the job, there was no way I could make up for that. Even now, I would never be able to find a job like that because she filed something and they took my license and they suspended my license. So I can't get a driving job right now because of the suspension that was on my license. So
wow, yeah, I understand. So right now, where are you living? Why are you in a bathroom?
I was trying to have this here and I'm here to take a shower. I'm homeless.
You're homeless? Oh goodness. Wow. You're not living with family or anything?
No, out of my car.
So you were a truck driver, you lost that job and things have gone downhill since then?
For the last like a year and a half. I've tried getting similar jobs, but once they found out about the suspension.
Yeah, no, you can't get a job. All right, so we need to get your driver's license reinstated, and this is gonna be a long journey. The way we're going to do that, ma'am, do you know that he's homeless? Hold on, Mr. Here.
That's not true. He's making more money than he made on that job. And I have proof that he's purchased several cars within the last couple of years. He's bought a tow truck. He's bought RVs. He's been on several vacations. None of that is true. He works for himself. He is self-employed. And that is not true what he's saying. He is not homeless. He is self-employed. He has his own company, Expedio Towing. He has contracts with insurance agencies and he repos cars for them. So what he's saying is false.
Wow.
That's not true.
When is the last time that you had updated information to confirm? That's like two completely different stories.
And I did not file to suspend his license. His license was suspended for failure to pay. And he quit that job because they were taking money out of his check. They didn't let him go. And so I assure you, his company is Expedio Towing. He has contracts with Avis rental car company.
So how do you know? Oh, Ms. Brown, let me swear you in. Do you swear
okay.
you swear all the testimony you're about to give me is the truth?
Yes.
Okay, so how do you know all that information?
Because I've had to call him and have him and he's called me to pick him up sometimes and he's dropped off cars or had me take him somewhere and it's been recently, like within this year, like maybe a few months ago.
Okay, how many children? You guys have one child?
Correct.
1,100 okay, wow. Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what he's making, but you guys gonna have to get in a higher court because he's saying he makes nothing and you're saying, no, he's lying. There's no way for me to tell. But what I can do, sir, is we'll get you, if you're, okay, hold on one second. So listen, I don't have a crystal ball, but Mr. Harris, if you're sitting there being dishonest with me and she's saying you have contracts and you're like, no, I don't. I do understand you could be impacted if your license is suspended. It's suspended because you haven't paid.
It is not suspended, not from us.
Oh, it's not suspended through.
Now, on 5/30 of this year, they lifted the suspension.
Okay, so do you have a technical suspension? Because child support has not suspended your license.
Yeah, so that suspension shows up on any job I apply for. And I think it stays on that 7 years.
No, unless it was suspended through.
No, I'm saying that the being part of my record.
Well, I mean, just because it's on your record doesn't, look, I've been doing this a long time. The child support suspension doesn't stay consistently. Hold on one second. Let me check something. Hold on. Give me one moment, please. So your license is not suspended for child support. So unless it's administratively suspended from another agency, I am going to have to hold you accountable and get you to step up. So if you go back and you go to driver services, and the driver services could make a determination whether or not your license is suspended. And if it's not, then that doesn't stop you from getting jobs.
No, that's not what I'm saying. When you apply for the job that I used to have, if your license has one of the first questions to ask you, has your license been suspended? Once they realize your license has been suspended, it don't have to be suspended at the moment.
Okay, well, wait, Mr. Harris, let's talk about the present. Ms. Brown says that you have a towing company and you're being able to be successful with your towing company.
That's the lie. I don't own a tow truck. You can easily check with the state, the DMV, the check. That's easily verifiable.
You sure you don't want me to check that? If I Google it and I find out that there is a tow company in your name, then that means you're being dishonest with the court.
Yeah, that'll be dishonest. You can check.
Okay, ma'am, Ms. Brown, what's the name of the towing company that you're saying he has?
He works for he is called Expedio Towing. He may not have renewed his business license, but I am more than positive, and that he has contracts with.
All that's easily verified.
He has contracts with rental car agencies. Avis, it's out in East Point and other companies where he go and he repos cars for rental car dealerships. Okay. He works for himself.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Okay, so what he's saying, let me just I think what you're saying is truthful, Ms. Brown. I believe that you do have a business, Mr. Harris. However, I think that your license was suspended and it was just reinstated. So it was reinstated in May, so it's time to move forward, get your business, get your contracts. Let's get back on track of paying child support. I do think that you need to go back to child support and negotiate a reduction. It's not their job is to look at the best interest of the child. That's a lot of money if he can't prove that he's making, I don't know, what would be 1,100, like making 6 figures a year almost, because that's a lot of child support. So he must have been making really good money. I don't know. It's up to you, sir, to prove that. But I am going to hold you accountable. Your license is reinstated. It seems like you do have a business. I just looked at it. I agree with what she's saying. Now, perhaps it may be true that you thought your license was suspended. So what I'm going to do is just hold you accountable like I do everybody else. I cannot reduce your child support, okay? Sir, I can't reduce it, but I do believe you have the ability to pay child support. Now, you're saying that you're homeless and that you have nowhere that you're living out of your car. You were saying how do you support yourself? Go ahead and unmute for me.
I do handyman work and I do odd jobs around. So mostly I do car wash at a friend car wash. And sometimes what she's talking about, I do help certain people, like you ever heard of the service called Drive Around? Will come to me, have you drive a car from A to point B. And it ain't even an official job. I don't even pay tax. It ain't even nothing official. And she knows that. That's why I had her to come pick me up here and there.
All right.
So I don't have a problem with paying child support. I'm not able to pay the amount that.
Oh, okay, hold on a second. Okay, well then what can you pay on a weekly basis if knowing that your license is reinstated? I'm going to give you some time. I can't reduce your child support order, but I do need you to start paying something consistently to get on track so I don't have to get a warrant. I'm also going to require you to join the fatherhood program. That's going to, well, I think you can work. So I'm not even going to send you the fatherhood program. You have enough side hustle to get yourself.
I say $400 a month. I can afford $400 a month.
We'll start there. I'm not reducing it. That means you have to pay $100 a week for me to avoid issuing a warrant for your arrest.
Okay.
I'm not reducing your child support order. I'm starting to get you on track. Start paying again $100 a week. You understand that?
So let me ask you, so what I need to do to get this thing reduced?
You have to go to child support.
So I went out on the app, I put in for modification
So
like 12 times.
You have to go in person and speak to a child support agent.
Yeah, I did. I went to Clark County and they said they denied it. They said I need to wait. I need the first time they said I need to wait 3 years. Then I waited 3 years. It's been 3 years now, and they still tell them I need to wait.
She's looking up to see.
It looks like it was just 3 years. So he's probably eligible. Looking to see if there's any reference in here about. Looks like he made a request for fatherhood, completed fatherhood beginning of the year. As reported, NCP owns his own towing business, case pending contempt action. Looking to see if there's any indication of a modification action. Here we go. Dante Harris has requested a phone call appointment, reason, review, and modification. And that's it. That was on 8/8. So nothing's happened since then.
All right. So you should be prime. You should be able to go back and apply for a reduction now. So whenever
do I come to the courthouse? Your courthouse?
Hold on, please. Let me speak. You'll have to go back to the child support services in the county, which I guess you said is Cobb County. You can sit down with the child support agent, explain your circumstances to them. They may ask you for an offer of proof, and then they'll say, okay, well, we can negotiate a reduction. They'll contact mom, see if she'll agree. If she doesn't agree, then you guys are going to have to go to a different court. This is a criminal court for me to issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm not issuing a warrant. I'm putting my notes here. Give me 1 second. What I'm going to put docket notes here is, let's see, dad claims to be homeless, but has side jobs as, hold on 1 second. All right, let me say that. All right, so this is the first time that you've appeared before me, sir. So I'm putting in notes that you're going to start paying at least $100 per week just to get built back up over time. I'm going to try to get that increased once you get back on your feet. Now that you have your own company or you can get back on your feet. I also am going to ask you, because they'll be able to confirm the information, to join the fatherhood program. I don't know if you can. I think they're still doing it virtual. But we'll see.
Looks like he completed it.
Oh, he's already completed it. Okay, so he's been in the fatherhood program. All I can do, there's going to be a contempt filed against you, and they're probably, if so, that I'm going to turn the case over to them. But because it's my first time appearing, I don't really know what's going on. I don't have any way of proving he's being untruthful and that he does have money in business. I don't know that. Most people don't go sit in the bathroom, and I mean, there are tricksters. I don't know. Maybe he really is homeless and doesn't have. Unless Ms. Brown can prove that he has a home and she knows where he lives, then if he's claiming he's homeless, then I'm just going to have to say, $100 a week. If he can pay that, at least it's something until we move the case along. So, sir, you'll have to pay the $100 a week per month, a week, 100 per week, not month, something towards a week as much as you can, just so I could avoid issuing a warrant for your arrest, and then we'll reset the case in about 2 months to see what's going on. Yes, Ms. Brown, go ahead, please.
I have some documentation here where he purchased a car September the 29th, 2022. He purchased a brand new vehicle, and that's one of many.
Okay, and how are you getting this
because I took a picture of it. I was in the car with him, and I took a picture of this paperwork of a car he purchased. So
his name?
Oh, it's definitely in his name. I have the paperwork right here. He purchased it on the 29th of September 2022. His payments are $600. He put $2,700 down, and that's one car that he bought. This is a 2022 vehicle, and it's in his name.
What type of vehicle is it?
This is a Chevrolet Equinox.
What is that, a truck?
Yes,
And
is that SUV Chevy Equinox? It's a 2022. It's a new car, and he also purchased the minivan as well.
What?
That's what I'm saying. You're saying you don't have money, but you were able to purchase vehicles and that you're homeless. That's not true. I have the paperwork. If you have an email, I can send it over.
Yeah, you can send it over to my clerk. He'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Okay. All right, Mr. Harris, she's proven her case today. You can unmute.
So the car she referencing came from a Capital One loan. I can show you that.
Yeah, but if you could pay a
Capital One
$600, but if you could pay a
Capital One
$600, hold on. Why are you buying a new car and paying $600 a month and you're saying you're homeless and can pay child support?
That's the only car that they gave me the loan. Capital One gave me the loan. I took it to the dealership. That's what I mean. I don't want to pay $600, but that's what, based on my credit, that's what I could get. I mean, I didn't have the cash to pay for a cash car, so I went with that.
All right. Okay.
My intention was to.
All right. Well, one of you.
And she know I'm homeless. That's crazy.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm going to start at 100 a week. Let's get that started, and I'll increase it as we go through, and you get back on your feet because you're not suspended. This has to go through a higher court that can get discovery, require all his paperwork. Ms. Brown, this is a criminal court. I either issue a warrant or I don't. So you're going to have to take this to a higher court to hold him in contempt since you have so much information. A superior court can do what's called discovery, make him give all this information and determine whether or not he should be held in contempt. But this isn't the proper jurisdiction. So I recommend you contact child support to start a contempt proceeding. But sir, we're going to start you with $100 a week. If you're BSing me, then you got off on me today, but it doesn't mean you're not going to have to start paying more, but you have to start paying $100 a week. If you're using the vehicle to do your tow company, that makes sense. But she's saying you have two vehicles. So I don't know. You guys know how to get along with each other. You guys she knows your business. You know her business. I mean, she knows your business. So that means you guys have a relationship and you guys can't work this out, then it's going to be up to the court. So I don't understand it. If people get along together, why can't you agree of what why don't you just tell her, look, I'll pay $150 a week. I'll start doing that. Once I get used to that, I'll
try that.
Okay. Well, I don't
full amount.
Okay. Well, Miss Brown, I don't know that he has the full amount, but I can't do that. You have to take that to Superior Court. All right. We'll start with 100 a week starting in September. We'll see the case. I'm going to give you 2 months. We'll see you in October to update. And that will be the review date. You guys are excused from court.